Well, hi. You've somehow stumbled into the bottom of the barrel of YouTube. And I know that you're digging around there looking for little bits of things that'll make you happy. Well, you've found the right place. Yes, the world is doomed, but it doesn't mean we can't laugh, right? This is the happiest place on YouTube. I've had interesting conversations this week with all kinds of fabulous people from all over the world. Yes, brought to you by the fabulousness of YouTube. So, to all of you people who leave comments, you're my fam. I need you desperately in my life. I'd like to point out a new Doomer channel for all you Doomer guys out there. And I just found this guy. He's called Pessimistic Ruminations. And I think he's just started his channel. He's not, he's doing okay. He hit 600 or something on one of his videos. And all it is this. You don't see his face at all. But he's involved in pessimistic ruminations. And anybody pessimistic is all right by me. Yeah, the forests are still on fire and you may be suffering from a heat wave. And if you fall down on the pavement, look out, it's 3rd-degree burn time. But it doesn't mean we can't be happy, right? Or you may be just in the midst of a flood or hurricane or tornado or anything. But don't worry, just gas up the SUV and go out and hit the open road. I think there's some clean air left somewhere in this world, but you've got to really look hard for it. So, of course, my life is wonderful as usual. I went and had an eye exam the other day, found out I have cataracts, which means things are getting fuzzy. And just another one of those wonderful things you young folks have to look forward to in the next, you might not make it that far, so I don't want to get your hopes up. And if you're following the news, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you ever follow the news? That is really stupid. It just gets you upset. It gets you feeling down and miserable because we already know that we're all doomed. So let's just have a party. Right. Anyway, I'd like to talk about some things that are happening in the news. No, God, please, and we've got like the endless war in Ukraine. It's endless. It's just going to go on and on and on. There's going to be more death and destruction and burnt dead bodies and all kinds of stuff like that. But that's just how capitalism and the world works. I want what you have and you want what I have. And everybody just can't be content with what they have. My life is just wonderful. I love it. Every day I'm sitting in front of a computer screen and my eyes are going bad and I look away for a few minutes and then I look the other way for a few minutes and I look back and I'm horrified. I shouldn't watch news. That's just going to bring you down because, there's the endless war in Ukraine. There's the endless Trump trials, right? Or whatever, the legal thing, and they're delaying it, and they're gonna do. I just want to see him hung by the balls from a lamppost, okay? Is that so much to ask? Yes, apparently it is. Anyway, I didn't really mean that. I don't wish any harm or violence on anybody. YouTube, please don't censor this because I said that. Donald Trump is a troubled man. And I feel really sorry for him. Yeah. So what's been on my mind this week? I think with the earth burning, that it's time to stop putting resources into war and start putting them into solutions. One of the best things we could do would be not to have children. Because the population bomb is real and it's happening. I often find it interesting that people who come to Canada from other lands, we're just having a huge wave of immigration, refugees, climate refugees, and They always have like 8 kids, and the woman's in her 20s, and I'm going, how did you manage that? And why? And coming from a disadvantaged part of the world, I think that it would be essential to practice good birth control. I don't understand the so-called human instinct to reproduce. Why? There's plenty of us. There's 8.5 billion or however many people, and most of them live horrible, miserable lives in shithole countries that have nothing and are losing even the very little that they have. And the rich nations, who are of course responsible for their plight, for the droughts, for the heat, they think they can get away with it. It doesn't matter. That's happening over there. There's no more over there these days. I've heard that Las Vegas is on track to hit the world's highest ever temperature. Isn't that fun? Well, I guess when you build a capitalist gambling mecca in the middle of the desert, that's kind of to be expected at some point. But that aside, why on earth does that city even exist? Oh, it exists for certain reasons, I'm sure. All of them nefarious. I've been reading about conspiracy theories, and Wikipedia has this entire list of conspiracy theories. And it's really interesting to look at the commonalities amongst them, even throughout history, and see the same theories recycled over and over and over again. Now, of course, you can't argue with a conspiracy theorist because their points can't be proven or disproven. They deliberately hang on to their ideological blinders and like their life depended on it, because if you start questioning, you have cognitive dissonance, and that can be very painful, realizing you've been wrong. Hell, I've been wrong all my life. I make no apologies. I think it's things humans do. You do the best you can and have your best understanding that you do, and aside from that, you're going to be fooled by somebody somewhere, by advertising, by all the hypnotic effects of staring at screens all day, and the disconnect from other humans, and the constant bickering that goes on. It's getting harder and harder to have people trust each other. Now, Hambone did a video about, I guess, some friend that he'd had for years, and then they had a falling out, and he said, don't trust anybody, even me. Well, I guess in some ways that's good advice, but in other ways that can lead to a very empty and sterile life, can't it? But I guess in this world, in these times, it's hard. We're all human, and we all have our flaws, and we all have our biases, our preconceived notions, our confirmation biases. That's a big one, isn't it? I mean, if you have an idea, and this is why people fall for conspiracy theories, in my opinion. If you fall for an opinion that is not popular, it can give you a sense of moral superiority. Imagine moral superiority, and sort of I'm more intelligent than people that don't see this strange stuff going on. We don't really need conspiracy theories. What we need is truth.